Good morning, students. This is lecture number 4 for chapter number 6 on the face of it, written by Susan Hill for class 12th, subject English, book Vistas. Children, as you know, I have already delivered 3 lectures of this chapter in which we completed the complete reading and explanation of the chapter from the textbook, and in this lecture we shall recapitulate what we studied in the chapter before and will proceed further with page number 67 onwards. Let us recap the previous lectures. As I taught you, the story begins with the teenage boy named Derry entering a garden. His face is burnt on one side due to an accident when acid fell on half of his face. He has gone there to hide himself as he is afraid of facing people. He fears being teased by others for having such a face. But when he enters, he finds someone already present there. He tries to leave the place, but he is stopped by the old man named Mr. Lamb, who is the owner of the garden. Derry feels guilty for entering the garden without permission. Mr. Lamb welcomes him and tells him not to leave just because of his presence there. Derry wants to leave as he thinks people don't like his face and moreover they get afraid of his looks. But Mr. Lamb insists him to stay there. They enter into a conversation that how Derry is not liked by anyone and how he hates people behaving like this with him. He, Mr. Lamb, tries to console him. He tells him that he has a thin leg and kids make fun of him. He is still depressed and enjoys his life. They both talk about various things that this leads to revelation of Derry's fear, depression and hatred about his being in such condition. But Mr. Lamb keeps on telling him to think of the positive things. Soon they become friends and Mr. Lamb asks him to help him in plucking the crab apples of his garden. Derry tells him that he had to come too far from his home and hadn't told anything about this to his mother. So Mr. Lamb tells him to take permission from his mother. Derry finds it difficult and this leads to a small quarrel between both of them. At last, Derry tells him that he would come back after taking his mother's permission. This was the entire scene 1 of the play, and now we will proceed towards scene 2. So, you children see in your book on page number 67, scene 2 begins, where Derry will converse with his mother. It's Derry's house. Mother says, "You think I don't know about him? You think I haven't heard these things?" Derry, "You shouldn't believe all you hear." Mother, "Been told, warned. We have not lived here 3 months. I know what there is to know, and you are not to go back there." Derry, "What are you afraid of? What do you think he is?" "An old man with a thin leg, and he lives in a huge house without curtains and has a garden. And I want to be there and sit and listen to things, listen and look." "Listen to what?" "Bees singing, him talking." "And what has he got to say to you?" Derry, "Things that matter, things nobody else has ever said, things I want to think about." Mother, "Then you stay here and do your thinking. You are best off here." So, in this you can see that Derry has reached his home and he is talking to his own mother. So his mother asked what did Derry think of her. She said she had already heard about Mr. Lamb. Derry told her not to believe what others said, but she warned him that she knew what was required to be known about any person and therefore asked him not to go back. Derry asked her the reason of her fear, and he told her that Mr. Lamb was just an old man with a tin leg and had a big house without curtains and a garden. He said that he wanted to go back there, he wanted to listen to things there. His mother was curious to know what was it that he wanted to listen. He replied that he wanted to hear bees singing and wanted to listen to what Mr. Lamb said. But she didn't find it suitable, so she told him to stay at home and think about what he wanted to. Because this conversation tells that the mother does not like Mr. Lamb at all and she does not want Derry to move back to his garden. Now we are on page number 68 where Derry says, I hate it here. Mother, you can't help the things you say. I forgive you. It's bound to make you feel bad things and say them. I don't blame you. Derry, it has got nothing to do with my face and what I look like. I don't care about that and it isn't important. It's what I think and feel and what I want to see and find out and hear. And I'm going back there. Only to help him with the crab apples. Only to look at things and listen. But I'm going. Mother, you'll stop here. Derry, oh no, because if I don't go back there, I'll never go anywhere in this world again. The door slams, Derry runs, panting, and I want the world, I want it, I want it. The sound of his panting fades. Now you see in these lines, Derry said that he hated to remain at home. His mother excused him for speaking wrong because he felt bad and so spoke that day. Derry said that it had nothing to do with with his face now. The important thing was how he thought and how he saw or heard. He announced that he would go back into the garden to help Mr. Lamb with the crab apples. His mother tried to stop him, but he ran away, shutting the door behind him. He did not listen to his mother. This time he did not obey his mother because he was highly impressed with the words of Mr. Lamb and he liked this man. He found him peculiar. He found him different from others in the world. Therefore, he decided to go back to keep his promise that he had made with Mr. Lamb in his garden. And in order to keep the promise with Mr. Lamb, he disobeyed his mother and went back to see Mr. Lamb in his garden. Children, now scene 3 begins where you find that Derry reaches garden back, right? It's on page number 68. Mr. Lamb's garden. Garden sounds, the noise of a branch shifting, apples thumping down, and the branch shifting again. Mr. Lamb. Steady. That's got it. That's it. More apples fall. And again, that's it. And a creak, a crash, the ladder falls back. Mr. Lamb with it, a thump. The branch switches back. Creaks, then silence. Derry opens the garden gate, still panting. Derry. You see, I came back. You said I wouldn't, and they said, but I came back. I wanted. He stops dead. Silence. Mr. Lamb? Mr. Lamb, you have. He runs through the grass, stops, kneels down. Mr. Lamb, it's all right. You fell. I'm here. Mr. Lamb, it's all right. Silence. I came back, Lemmy Lamb. I did. Come back. Derry begins to weep. So, children, what did you notice in third scene? The third scene is in Mr. Lamb's garden. There was the sound of branches. Mr. Lamb was talking to himself while he was plucking the apples. Suddenly, a harsh sound of cracking wood was heard, and the ladder fell on the ground. Along with the ladder, Mr. Lamb also fell down. Derry opened the gate. He was still breathing rapidly and declared to Mr. Lamb that he had returned back to his garden in order to keep his promise. He looked at him and found him lying on the ground. He went near him, tried to talk to him, but no one replied. Derry kept on calling him by his name and suddenly he started crying. He did so because he realized that Mr. Lamb was lying dead on the ground. He was no more. So, here the scene 3 ends where you found before Derry entered the garden, Mr. Lamb fell down and he died. He was lying dead onto his garden ground. So we have noticed with the death of Mr. Lamb, he has created a masterpiece of his life. That was Derry. He had created Derry into a man, into a boy who was no more afraid of the world. He had been motivated by him to live the life with the way Mr. Lamb wanted him to live. And now Derry had changed his perspective also. He had come up from his inferiority complex of his burnt face and he told his mother also that he did not bother now about his face anymore. And Derry is now full of courage to face the people because he was highly impressed by the words spoken by Mr. Lamb. So Mr. Lamb with his death had created a masterpiece in the form of Derry who had given him strength to live his life without being cared for his burnt face, but he realized him that he was blessed with the things that others may not be. Therefore, Derry had got his life back. Otherwise, he was thinking that the acid has not burnt his face only, but it had eaten up his entire life. Now he is courageous enough to live his life with that burnt face and without any fear of the people and their words or the sentences that they speak against his face. So, Derry is a masterpiece of Mr. Lamb. Children, now will proceed towards the exercise which is given at the end of the chapter on page number 69. Reading with insight. There are total 4 questions in number. You see how to answer them now. The very first question is, what is it that draws Derry towards Mr. Lamb in spite of himself? Right? Both. The answer to this question I am going to start. Both. Derry and Mr. Lamb are disabled. They are impaired, physically impaired. Derry has a burnt face and Mr. Lamb has a tin leg. Derry is depressed because of his ugly face. People don't like him and are afraid of him. His parents also think that he will not be able to do anything after their death. Such things have made him so sad and depressed that he has started to hate people. Mr. Lamb discovers this about him while talking to him. He encourages him to lead a normal life and suggests him to watch and listen to everything in order to enjoy life. He gives him his own example that people tease him for his tin leg, but he doesn't care about this. Such positive things draw Derry towards Mr. Lamb, right? So, Derry's attention was focused on Mr. Lamb. He found him totally different. Mr. Lamb boosted Derry's morale through his talks, and Derry also got impressed with his talks and wanted to see him from other than the people in the world. Now we are moving towards question number 2, that is, in which section of the play does Mr. Lamb display signs of loneliness and disappointment? What are the ways in which Mr. Lamb tries to overcome these feelings? Throughout the chapter, Mr. Lamb tried his best to take Derry's out from his loneliness and disappointment, but here the question is you have to find out the section in the play in which Mr. Lamb has displayed his own loneliness and disappointment. So I tell you, where did we notice it? In the middle part of the first scene. The entire play, you know, is divided into 3 scenes, right? So in the middle part of the first scene, we observe that Mr. Lamb is lonely. He tells Derry that when it's a bit cooler, he will get the ladder and a stick and pull down those crab apples. He makes a jelly with them. Derry could help him. He also tells him that he is interested in anybody or anything that God has created. It may be a person, flower, fruit, grass, weeds, or rubbish. He also tells him that he sits in the sun and reads books and that he does not use curtains in his house because he wants to enjoy both light and darkness. These all are the signs of his loneliness and also his ways of overcoming it. And children, in the first scene, we also notice that Mr. Lamb wants Derry to come back to his garden because somewhere he has also generated faith in Derry and he wants that this boy must visit his garden again because while Derry was living his garden, he speaks to himself that everybody promises, everybody leaves and never comes back. So all these sentences of Mr. Lamb shows that he was also sometimes feeling lonely and he was also full of disappointment, right? Being lonely. So this can be the answer of this question number 2. Let's read question number 3. That is, the actual pain or inconvenience caused by a physical impairment is often much less than the sense of alienation felt by the person with disabilities. What is the kind of behavior that the person expects from others? So, you would have also noticed many impaired people in your life, those who are disabled. And in this, he is asking that the actual pain of those people is not due to their physical impairment, but it's often much less than the sense of alienation, the loneliness that the person feels with his disabilities. So, what should be the duty of the normal people? How should they behave with such persons, and what sort of behavior the people expect from normal people? So, the answer we can write, the story on the face of it reveals the bitter truth of a life led by a disabled person. They not only suffer physical pain but also suffer emotionally due to the absurd behavior of people. They are teased and disliked by others. Derry has a burnt face, and people don't like him for being ugly. Some get afraid of him, which does not allow him to stay with them. On the other hand, Mr. Lamb has a thin leg and is teased by kids as Lemmy Lamb. He lives alone in his big house and has no one in his life. Such instances show that the sense of alienation that these people feel causes them constant pain. Such persons expect cooperation from others. They do not want sympathy, but just a reasonable behavior, just like normal people get from their counterparts. They do not want to be, they do not want to feel special, okay, and they do not want others to be over cared or pamper them at all, or they do not want others to tease them for their disabilities. But they want that they should also be treated as equal in the society so that they must not always be realized with the disabilities that they had got into their life. Now we will be reading question number 4, that is, will Derry get back to his old seclusion? Seclusion means loneliness. Or will Mr. Lamb's brief association effect a change in the kind of life he will lead in the future? So, you have read all the three scenes of the play, and now there is a critical thinking question, that is, will Derry get back to his old loneliness, or he is impressed by the words of Mr. Lamb and he would lead the normal life? So, what do you think? The answer to this question would be Derry will not get back to his old seclusion because Mr. Lamb had changed his way of thinking. He told him that hating people and living alone is more harmful than what acid did to him. He told him to take risk and face people. He also suggested that it's just his face that has disfigured. He is blessed with ears, arms, heart, brain, and he could do whatever he wants to do in his life. He also says that there are chances that Derry can achieve more than a normal person can if he makes a firm determination to achieve something in his life. This surely had a great impact on him, and this can be seen that he returned back to the garden though his mother was not ready to let him go there. He decided to face it, live without fear of being disliked by anyone, and therefore he runs back to the garden in order to live those moments again which he liked when he was in the company of Mr. Lamb. So, his arrival back to the garden shows that he would not move back to his old seclusion, but he would be living courageously in order to face the world with the same way that Mr. Lamb tried to teach him. Because there was a great impact of Mr. Lamb's words on his mind, therefore, he came back to his garden to see him. But unfortunately, when he reached, he found Mr. Lamb was lying dead. So, but the words Mr. Lamb had said to him had a great impact on his mind, which would not allow him to go back to his seclusion. So, he would never go back, but he would live courageously to face the world with his burnt face. So, children, here our chapter and the lecture completes, and now we are proceeding towards homework. Homework of this lecture is read the complete chapter on the face of it from page 56 to 69 thoroughly, and then learn and write all these discussed question answers in your fair English notebooks. We have done total 4 questions in number. Only these are to be done in your notebook, and you are supposed to learn them also thoroughly. This chapter is still a part of your curriculum, so please focus on it and do your work sincerely. Thank you. Have a nice day.